Hi guys, I want to go over lesson 11.7, part 1, over law of sines. There is a part 2 and we'll learn that next class. So go ahead and grab your note sheet and let's get started. The theorem is theorem 54, law of sines. So we're really just going to use this formula that's down here at the bottom. And there are two versions of it. I typically use the first version. This is the version that's on your theorem sheet. So things you need to know. Capital A means you're referencing the angles. And the little a means you're referencing the sides. So that applies to all the letters. Capitals are angles, lowercase are sides. So let's look at this picture down here. Whenever you have angles, you know those are the capital letters. So how do you determine the sides? So exactly straight across, so right there, that would be the corresponding side. So let's change colors. Here is sides or angle C, so the side across from it is side C. And the same thing with B. Now let's apply this. Let's find the question. Now, I already have this written out. I have a weird version of OneNote on my laptop, and I wrote it out on the big screen first, but I will explain as I go. Now, first of all, I can find this top angle right here easily because 180 minus 43 minus 112 is 25. So that was old stuff. That was easy. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that new formula where I write sine of angle A. And angle A is 43. We know that. So I wrote it here. And then straight across is side A, and so that is 79. Let's find angle B. Well, we just found it. It's 25. So I write sine of 25 is over side B. Well, technically, I don't know side B. It's little b. So notice I just wrote little b. Yes, later I found b, but ignore that for now. And angle C is 112. So we're straight across side C, and it's unknown, so it's little c. And for little c, I usually make it cursive and put like a little tail at the end. So you can tell the difference between a capital C and a lowercase c. And that's just my little hint. Okay, so let's erase some of this stuff. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to cross multiply, and I can't cross multiply and solve for B and C at the same time. So as you can see, I just decided to do the first two together. Now, when you cross multiply, the number that's on the bottom, that goes in front of the sine, cosine, or tangent, which if we're using law of sines, it's always going to be sine. So notice I have 79, and I multiply diagonally sine 25. Now let's multiply the other direction. So I have the b, and then I multiply upward, and I have sine 43. Now, if I'm solving for b, I need to remove the thing that's next to it. So I need to divide by sine 43. So I divide it on the left and the right. Notice it cancels out here on the right-hand side. So it's right there. It's gone. Now, what we're going to have to do is just practice with the calculator, and I'm not here to help you. So pause the video, practice it. You need to type this in and see if you can get this big long answer. Now I'm rounding to the tenths. So that 9 looks at the 5, and the 5 tells it to round up, which kind of, means that the 8 has to round up to a 9. So really it's 49.0. If you have trouble with it, work together. Come in, and ask me, maybe email me, show me your calculator. Make sure your calculator's in degrees, or grab one of the yellow ones in the back of the room because those are usually the easiest to type things into. Okay, so hopefully you're with me and that makes sense. So what I usually do is once I find the number, I go up to the top. Notice how I crossed out the B and I wrote 49 because I knew that. So now I'm going to look at it and say, I'm going to take and cross multiply these two. And so that's what I did. I just rewrote it down here. And I want to cross multiply them. So C goes in front of sine 43, and I actually did it here on the right side. And the 79 goes in front of sine 112. If I'm solving for C, I divide by sine 43, so those cancel out. Ooh, I don't know what's happening. Like I said, this is a weird version that I'm not used to. Okay, so again, you're dividing by sine 43. Oh my goodness, doesn't like me. So please try to mess around with your calculator and see if you can type this in to get C, which I have 107.4. Pause it if you need to, work with a friend, see if you can get that answer. Now, moving on to the next question. It's very similar, very, very similar, but now you're missing some other information. You're missing on this one. I skipped one. Where's this one? There's the first page, the second page. I'm missing the third page of notes. That's weird. Okay, so I'm going to just finish this example. Yeah, I'll just finish this example and then I'll have to make another video with example 2 because I don't know where it went or why it would ever go away. It's right there. There it is. Guys, I warned you, it's a weird version. See what all I can erase. All right, sorry for the technical difficulties. Okay, so here's example number 2. And we really need to do this one because it's different from the previous one. Okay, so let's write our proportions. All right, so start with angle A right here. So it's sine 36 over the side, which is 9. Find angle B. Oh, we don't know angle B. So notice I just wrote a big capital B. I don't know it at this point. And across is side B that I don't know. And then I have angle C that I don't know over 14. So really, I don't know a ton. I only know 3 things, right? 3 things I know, 3 things I don't know. So the first thing I did is I cross multiplied the first and last together. So let's zoom in and see what I did here. So the 9, let's start over here with the 14. The 14 is being multiplied by sine 36. So 14, come on computer, the 14 is being multiplied by sine 36. And that's what I did down here. And that equals the 9 times sine C. Now I don't know the C. So I have to divide by 9. So when I divide by 9, I'm left with that sine C. I don't know it. I have to find it. So when I divide, here, let me change color real quick. When I divide all of this stuff, I get 0.91433265. I get all of that. So I need the angle. And we did this on the homework the last class. When you know, like this decimal, how do you find the angle? Well, you take the inverse of the function. So notice I have the -1 on it. So that means you're going to have to take the inverse of this big long number to get the answer. Now, if you have the A and S button on your calculator, it's usually you have to push seconds, and then at the bottom it's behind the negative button usually. If you can make it look like this, sign to the -1 and then the answer, it will put your previous answer in there because I don't want you to round off that big long number because it may give you a different result. See if you can get 66. Now I did round it off to 66 for my answer. And when I did that, I'm cleaning up the paper a little bit. And let's see. What I did is I went up here and I put the 66 right here. Now, since I know a triangle is 180, I can subtract the 66 and the 35 to get 78 and go ahead and put that in here. Now, there's really no way to check to make sure you did the 78 correct. You're only relying on that you did the 66 correct. Now, I'm going to take these two, the first and the second one, I'm going to cross multiply them to get side B. If I know side B, I'm finished. Now, side B is going to be just like the previous example. Let me find my work here. There it is in red. So I'm using the first two. So B times sine 36, there you go. And then 9 times sine 78. Remember, we just found that 78. I'm dividing by sine 36 on both sides. So you need to grab a calculator, please. And the stuff I still have here in yellow, you're going to type that in. And when you round it to the nearest tenths, at least I have the answer of 15. That's what I got. So I'm finished. Now, the other example, it's here, and I can leave it here. I normally have the class just try it on their own. And so here's the information. Pause it, try it, and see if your answers are the same. Now, I want you to look at the assignment here in a minute. On the front page, you're not finding everything like I just found. You're only finding one little thing. Now, if it says find side AC, you need to remember AC is really across from angle B, so that is side little b. So when you set it up, I always set everything up. And then I look at what I have, and then I'm like, I'm solving for this one little thing, cross off the part of the proportion I don't need at all, and then I just cross multiply and solve. On the back of the worksheet, you're finding everything. And when you go to Canvas, it's going to be really clear because there's going to be 3 blanks you have to fill in. But on the front, there's only one thing you have to fill in. All right, and I'm sorry I'm not here today to help you, but feel free to message me on Reminder Canvas, and I'm happy to help you. And have a good weekend. Please be productive this period. Bye.